Hey everybody, I'm Steph.
I'm Michael.
And today we are talking about our recent trip to BGG Spring 2025.
That's right, our recap.
That's
And
exciting.
this is actually the concert.
I know. This
It's actually one of my favorites.
It's one of my favorites too. So I was like, I have to have this shirt because it's a great shirt.
So this is actually the start of something new for us.
That's right.
Our weekly recap. And since we haven't been on,
that's true.
Because we've been to BGG Spring.
That's right.
This is going to be our weekly recap covering BGG Spring 2025.
That's right.
And if you have not been to a convention yet, or you're on the fence, or you haven't been to BGG, but you've been to other conventions, let me tell you, BGG Spring and BGG Fall are perfect for gamers who want to just play all the games like we do. Yeah, you are the all the games girl.
I'm gonna play all the games.
That's right.
Yeah, and as a matter of fact, I know about 3 of my friends who went for the first time this year.
Yes, Dr. Sign
and Amy.
Jelfia's second.
It's Jelfia's second time.
Yes.
But she came back. And we saw some posts on BGG and Facebook where people's first time, and they're like, it was amazing, we're going to go back. So it's definitely first time friendly for those who
absolutely
wanted to know about that. And Amy was like, I'm always coming back.
That's what we like to hear.
Yeah. It might have been Amy Duchess's first time too.
Her first time to spring. She had been to fall.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So yeah.
So Stacy's asking BGG Spring versus BGG Fall. So both hold a soft spot in my heart.
Right. So major differences are, I think, perhaps types of gamers. Not to say that there's like one really like heavy type and one lighter type, but I would
heavier at fall.
Heavier at fall. The new releases from Essen just are hitting the shelves. So the new shelf area that they have is completely always empty. Like there's lots of stuff still, but there's like a lot fewer choices. You might not get what you want to play because it's so busy.
Yes.
But everything from fall will be in there in the spring, and you'll have tons of time to play those games, I would say.
Yeah.
And so there's also the hot games room at BGG Fall, which I love. They just have games set up, so you just leave the table as you came here, and it's ready to go. And then at spring they do the Spiel des Jahres, Kenner Spiel, and all the.
So the 3 nominees for the Spiel des Jahres, the Kenner Spiel, and the Kinderspiel, or Kennerspiel, those 9 games are set up ready to be played, as opposed to the hot games room for BGG Fall. So real quick, let me say thanks to Jelfia for subscribing, and Jelfia, you can type up in the chat what you thought of BGG Spring. Some other differences are that BGG Spring is family friendly. And by family friendly, I don't necessarily mean that there are just kids running wild everywhere. That's not what I'm saying. But it is more accessible for families coming to a convention. There are areas specifically for kids, and areas where there are kids running around a little bit wild.
Right. Jelmy says family friendly is why we go, because she has a daughter.
That's right.
Of like 10, I believe. So it works out well.
Yeah, she is an awesome gamer.
Yeah, we love
Yeah.
I'll get more to that later as I talk about the games we played, because I got some stuff to say about that. But
so BGG Spring is right at the DFW airport. Right outside of Terminal C is where the Hyatt Regency is. And so that's where we go for spring. BGG Fall is downtown at the Hyatt. You know where the big ball is with the little sparkling lights on it in Dallas? That is where, I think it's called Reunion Tower. That is where BGG Fall is located. And both have their strong points. BGG Spring, around 2,000 to 2,500 attendees. BGG Fall is more like 3,500 attendees. So
there's a question in the chat, which I think is funny. Michael will answer for you. What does it compare with Gen Con? My last Gen Con experience was not ideal.
So
Let's keep it short. All right.
She knows I've got opinions
I
on
have
this.
a long string of opinions on this, so just keep it short.
And you'll have to
'Cause
excuse.
we have a lot to talk
I've got
about.
a cold or allergies or something. I can talk about it. I can do.
All right.
So there are basically two types of board game conventions: industry conventions and play conventions, play cons. We greatly prefer play cons like BGG Con, Tantrum Con, Tennessee Game Days, um, Geekway to the West, Salt Con, Dice Tower East, Dice Tower West.
Tantrum.
I did say Tantrum.
Yeah.
All of those conventions are much more aligned with just playing games and having fun and having access to a big library if you go to somewhere like BGG. Now, if you're going to Gen Con, you're basically just looking at booths, at industry booths, and seeing all the new games, but not really playing a lot of new games, unless you come to the BGG Hot Games Room, which is where we're going to be at Gen Con. But still, it's not as much of a play con.
And you have to pay for that.
And you have to pay.
So,
Gen Con, you have to pay for everything.
Yeah, everything is nickel and dime at Gen Con. You don't just buy the badge and you get to do all the things. You have to buy the event tickets and all this da 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 da. So just the tally of your spending just goes up and up and up.
Right.
To play games at Gen Con versus a play con where you pay for your badge to go and you show up and you have access to games to play, and there's little signs if you need players to play with. People often sit down with you if you have players wanted, and so it's just a different experience, especially if you're looking to play games versus just to buy all the new hot games.
Right. And if you want a little bit of both, then I would recommend that you try PAX Unplugged, which is where Stacy is. Stacy is who has been weighing in the chat. I got to go to my first PAX Unplugged. It does have some of the booths, but it does also have some open gaming areas. So that's a good balance between the two. But BGG will definitely be always one of my favorite conventions of the year. Thanks for the compliment, Stacey. Appreciate it. She likes my haircut. I've got it. I got my hair my hair done. Right before BGG. So yeah.
Okay, so what did we do at BGG?
What did we do? First, we loaded up the car
and drove there.
And drove
really early.
10 and a half hours plus stops.
We got there in good time.
Yes.
In good time that we were going to go out to dinner. We checked into the hotel. We were going to go to dinner, but we first went to see a movie.
That's right.
Because we have A-list.
That's right.
And I had wanted to see First in Flight.
No.
First in Flight. No. Fight or Flight.
Fight or Flight.
Enough.
That's right.
With the one with Josh Hartnett. And it already had left our theaters. We have A-list, so we can go to different AMCs. So that was fun. And then we went to dinner. And then we got some good sleep for the next day, which we helped set up everything.
That's right. So a lot of people will, what a lot of people say, you have your day 0 gaming. We were on day -1 when we got there. So day 0, which is Wednesday, we helped set up. And then we only got one game played. We got one game played on Wednesday. Alabama. I'm showing that we played Alabama.
Played a whole bunch.
Where was I? Oh, I know where I was.
We played a whole bunch.
So, whenever I am in Dallas, I go see my friend Kimberly, and we often go to Dallas Stars games. Well, Dallas Stars are in the playoffs, and so we went to a restaurant and watched a Dallas Stars hockey game. Now, the Stars are not my team, but they're her team. And she gave me this fantastic Preds jersey that her friend had and had passed on to her. And so she gave it to me. And so that was nice of her.
That was nice.
And that's when you played all your Wednesday games.
Things. But yeah, we helped set up. We
set up the all the badges.
We did that, and
we set up
the games into where they need to go, and then we helped Beth
set up the store, the BGG store.
So we like to be useful.
Yeah.
And then you went off and
you played
a bunch of games. I contacted my friends, a few friends, and so I got to play Yokohama because one of them hadn't played Yokohama. I'm like, what? You can play Yokohama. Let's play Yokohama. The gang has proven time and time again to be a hit.
A hit.
With no matter whom I play. So I ended up there were 3 games I brought to play, and that was one of them.
So the good thing about these recaps is that they can hear all the games that you play multiple times.
I know.
That is a key.
That's really good.
Having replayability on games.
And the gang is like always, and just to have it on hand because it might not be in the library where I want to be if I want to play it. So it's just good to have it and just to play it.
Right.
So the gang, I taught Turn the Tide because we had 5 players, and that's the perfect 5-player game. I think some publisher needs to pick up Turn the Tide or Zimka Cook or whatever, Land Under, all these titles that it goes by. But Turn the Tide is my favorite 5-player game, not Battlestar Galactica.
You know what I was going to say? I was holding my mouth.
So Turn the Tide, there was one player who loved it, absolutely loved it. There usually is, because Turn the Tide is this fantastic little card game. And then we played Wordsy because so the thing is, like, there aren't many games to play on day 0 because
there's no library.
There's no library. So it's up to what I bring. It's to what we could play. And so Yokohama was on my sale pile for the flea market. So I'm like, okay, we can play that. Why is it on the flea market pile? Because I had an extra copy.
You already have a copy.
So I don't need it. So I brought it to try and sell.
So for those of you who ask, people might say, well, why did I see your BGG haul picks?
Yeah.
And I see that you've got game X, whatever that game is. I thought you'd already played that game. Yes, we have already played that game, and we already own that game. But we get multiple copies of games. Like when we find something like a deal that can't be passed up, like we found Battlestar with the Pegasus expansion for $80. Yes, I already own 2 copies of Battlestar and every expansion, but we bought it because the Pegasus expansion by itself goes for over $200. So why not pick up games like that?
Oh, for sure.
When someone's selling it for a cheap price, why not, right?
That's what I do.
So that's why you've got multiple copies of Yokohama
and Wordsy.
And Wordsy.
There's a new edition of Wordsy coming out, so I don't need to keep my old edition because I like the new edition.
Exactly.
So that's great. And then the other game I brought just to play was called Alibis. Alibis we recently played on stream, and it's a game I knew it would not be there at the con, and it would hold a lot of people if we wanted to play. So it's like a really good filler type of game with really any number of players, which is nice.
From All Play.
From All Play, yeah. I think their Kickstarter just ended. But it's super fun, and it's like a Codenames type of game, but everybody gets to do something each turn, which is nice.
It's like a cooperative type of Codenames.
Yeah, you get 2 words that you need to try and connect. Yay, thank you, Stacy.
Stacy.
Amazing. That's awesome.
Gifting 5 subs. Let me see here.
Oh my goodness. Thank
Gifting
you.
5 subs to Los Torpedos and Transient Dreamer and Kimme and the Clyde Man.
I think it ended, Jelfia, but they might have like a late pledge. I'm not sure. So definitely worth checking out.
Oh, yeah. The secret, the super secret. Jelfia, you know the Jelfia rule. Don't worry about whether it ended or not, because you're supposed to not wait, or it'll be
too late.
That's right. You know the rule.
You can talk to some.
That's right. Now's the time, since we're on a Twitch hype train, now's the time to get in your 100 in order to get your unlock Twitch emote that Twitch will give you.
Thank
Either a subscription or 100 bits will cause that to trigger for you. So, and it supports Steph.
Hey, we appreciate that.
Absolutely.
So I think that's the one game you might have played that day, and then you might have went to sleep.
I played Alibis, yes.
Because then I continued to play.
With Amanda Panda and Aldi.
Yeah. Because I continued to play, we played Arkham Horror Love Letter.
Lovecraft Letter.
Lovecraft Letter, yes. Lovecraft Letter. Arkham Horror Lovecraft Letter. It's one that I've actually been playing a little bit because my Thursday group likes to play this one.
Kimme.
So, it can run long in my opinion, but I don't mind playing it. It's pretty easy to play Love Letter. So, and then we played one of Aldi's favorites called Trios. Michael's very good at trios, Nana. And then we played a game of Flip 7. So it was a really good first day, or day 0, as I like to call it, because the con hasn't even started. But we still get to play tons of games. So that's fun for me. The actual day 1, we played. I started the day off with a game of Connect 4 with Z.
Connect 4.
And it counts because I won.
No mercy for the kids.
No mercy. Sorry.
So there are dexterity games in the lobby, and Connect 4 is this big, oversized Connect 4 set with these big, chunky checkers.
Hey, thanks, Deadpan. Yeah, so that was fun. And then we started the day with Galileo Galilei, which is a game I really wanted to play at fall, but didn't get the chance. And you know what? Lo and behold, right there in the library, nobody had checked it out first thing. So guess what? We did.
We did.
And beautiful game.
We played it with Duchess and
Dr. Sign.
Dr. Sign.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I hope they liked it. I liked it. It has like a weird timing situation where you're fulfilling these different contracts, and this deck of cards is going to trigger the end of the game. So it's, it could be a long time. It could be a short time if you're just flipping lots of cards over. So it's pretty good. Hopefully
that is my one worry with Galileo is that is the abrupt ending.
Yeah.
But that's true with most Euros these days. It's really weird how all of these Euros, they try to get in that playtime in a short, with a short play duration, but it feels like the game is just too abrupt.
Yeah.
So
Jelly said we played Slay the Spire as our first game when we went and bought it. So
and that's what you do.
We haven't played it yet.
We want to.
I'm very excited to try that one.
I've played the digital version.
Yeah.
So, and I hear it translates well.
That's what I hear. So,
and then,
liked Galileo Galilei. I know it's coming from Capstone, so hopefully we'll get to show you guys at some point what that game's about. Then we played another one that I've been hearing good things about called Mistborn, the deck building game. I don't know anything about the IP.
I don't either.
So I don't really know.
The only things I know are because I played this game.
To me, I didn't like it very much. Michael liked this game. It felt like a very clunky deck builder. I would much rather play Star Realms all day, every day.
It felt a lot like Star Realms.
It's very clunky. There's too many like symbols you're trying to line up and get the right pattern. If your cards never come up, well then too tough. So for me,
I agree.
It's too much.
I agree. However, I did find some enjoyment. You might hear about it though.
In the top 10.
In the top 10.
But not for my list. We played a game called Tree Society, which I rated very poorly. It just did not work for me. So
Yep. Another one with
it's one that
Sweet Amy and Dr. Sign.
Yeah, Dale likes it from the Opinion of Gamers, and I'm like, I don't get it.
Yeah,
I mean, the problem, it's kind of a unique mechanism. It's an interesting where like you look to see around the table who has what resource, and then you can spend one of your resources as value equal to the amount on the table. But the problem is if you're always stuck at the butt end of it.
Yeah, so there are 3 different resources? 3 or 4?
3 or 4, I forget.
So yeah, whatever you've got in front of you, everyone scores based on what everyone has. Well, if you've got nothing but junk, then you're not going to ever score anything. And everyone is going to score off of everybody else's. And so you can really put yourself in a really bad situation. Well, let's say you try to recover and try to get something that everyone else has. Well, then they're scoring off of you. And by the time you score it, they've spent all of theirs. So,
yeah. So that didn't really work for me very much. Not to mention, like, all the cards I actually wanted were gone before it was my turn. So there's like no chance because I wasn't making money to buy the cards. Yes. And then, yeah. All right. Well, it didn't leave me feeling like, yeah, I like that game. Then we played the gang because it's easy to play because we were waiting for the Game Guildies meetup. And then while we were waiting more, we played Alibis.
Yeah.
And we did Game Guildies meetup, which I'm sure we'll talk about more in the Game Guildies tomorrow. But we had a good time meeting up with everybody. I wish we caught a picture. That would have been nice.
Well, we did get the picture in the Meeple Heads.
Yeah, of us four, but I meant like everybody out.
Everybody at the meetup.
That would have been fun.
Where we did our Reaper challenge. You'll have to wait till tomorrow to see that.
Right. I got the hype award. Here we go. Thank you.
Yeah, you got the spilled tea.
Tea. We're spilling the tea now.
About all the games we liked.
About all the games. All right, great. After we had late night games, we played Anori, which I actually really liked. And this I think is on BGA, so you could check that one out. But
it was okay.
I liked it because it's a weird worker placement game where you're trying to help people but trying not to help people and help yourself and collect majorities of tokens. So it's also pretty, so that's nice. Yeah. We played Dance of Ibexes, which is a take on Six Nimmt. But the take is that once you clear a line, you go up to the next line, and each line is a little bit different and offers different like
rewards and
penalties or something. So and the game ends when somebody hits a certain amount of points, and you don't want points.
Yeah.
So that was fun. We'll be showing that at some point.
And we played that with Dr. Sign and Wigsby and lead playtester James.
Yes. And then we finished the night with Reef Project. And
Reef Project.
I don't regret not requesting a review. I did not really care for this game. It's pretty. I want to love every board and dice game, but I just generally don't. So this game I didn't love.
Well, you do enjoy a lot of board and dice games.
Love them, but this one I didn't.
This one just did not.
Yeah.
So
I don't. I'm glad I tried it.
Fortunately, we played it at only 3 players, which might have helped that it wasn't. We weren't playing with more players just to slow the game down.
Yeah, that would.
So that would have been bad.
Yeah. Yep. So that was day 1. That was a good first day.
Good first day. That was Thursday. So it's a 5-day convention. Which board and dice game? The Reef Project.
Reef Project. So
where you're like placing reefs and moving along, placing buoys along these paths between islands, and
it's cheaper to travel. But if somebody's at an island, you can't go there, and then you have goals that you're trying to complete at these different.
I mean, you could literally just block someone. Yeah, that's not.
Yep.
And Stacy says it doesn't feel like a board and dice game. I agree 100%. I don't think it fits with their lineup. So
that's definitely weird, but.
So day 2, Friday.
First thing, I wanted to play with Salt Fjord because this was in the hot games room and fall. I didn't get to play it. It's basically a redo-ish of Santa Maria, which is a game I really like, but they changed some things in the theme, and there's different things happening, like a tech tree and stuff. And so I definitely wanted to play it, and I knew this. I know Sweet Amy loves Santa Maria, like, a lot. So I'm like, get up. Call her, like, come down, you have to come. And she's like, I'm coming. And so she showed up. She's like, I'm like, I know. So it was exciting. So we learned that.
And I actually kept up with you that morning.
Yes, you were up.
A lot of mornings I'm like,
this is like really.
Go ahead and go. I'm sleeping.
I wouldn't have played it without you because I'm not reading the rules. No. I don't care that much. But I knew I wanted to play this. Yep. I like the dice drafting.
It's unique.
Not if you played Santa Maria, which we should play.
Exactly.
It, obviously.
Right.
And so if you like Santa Maria, definitely check out Saltfjord. Then we were like, what should we do? We walked around a little bit, and then we saw the Kinder games to play. And we saw Aldi, so we wanted to play a game with Aldi, right, if we can.
Yeah.
So we played one of the Kinder Spiel nominations, Die Mausband.
Die Mausband.
This is a cooperative memory type game. It actually worked pretty well.
I think to me, it's the weakest of the games.
No. I liked it better. I liked it better than the second game we played.
Cascadia Junior, which is the second game we played, which I
really did not like.
I enjoyed that more than just sheer memory. Sheer memory games are just for me.
I understand, but yeah, I just did not like Cascadia Junior
Yeah, that's
at all.
yeah.
I would rather play Cascadia all day. Which
Sylvia said she played Cascadia Junior.
yeah, it's just
What
a
did you
total
think?
luck fest.
It is sort of.
Scores about 7 things or whatever it is, and then you are
Well,
luck
here's-
of the draw. And if you get all ones, well,
That's what they need to understand. All of the things that score, you will either score 1 pine cone or 2 pine cones. And if you get unlucky, you score the 1 pine cones. And if you get lucky, you score 2 pine cones. I had all the 2s. You had a bunch of 1s. And it was like just completely unfair luck of the draw.
I don't know why. I mean, I get a lot of kids' games have luck like that.
Yeah.
And maybe it's fine for kids, but if I was a kid and I got all 1s and you got all 2s, I'd be butthurt.
Yeah.
So I don't like that. I would rather
Boo boo kitty.
Yeah. So for me, it was the weakest of the 3.
And I did not play the 3rd one.
I know, and it's really good, 3rd one.
I saw it, and I suspect it was.
But we'll get to that on day 5, I think.
Yes.
So
after Cascadia Junior,
we went to help out with the storage sale. So before the doors open for a storage sale on the next day, which is the Saturday, Michael and I like to offer up our expertise of going through what's getting sold and pulling out things we think are more valuable. Like there were a lot of good things in there, like Feast for Odin or
Democker,
or things like that have tons of expansions with it, or
Fields of Armor.
Like I think there was like a Quacks with all of the Geek Up bits and all the like expansions and everything. Like, so we're pulling out all the good things, and we price them accordingly. Like,
and not to take away good deals from the people who are coming into. So when BGG has their storage sale, basically their BGG is getting rid of excess library inventory, games that are no longer being checked out by people, or there are just a ton of extra copies, and they will get rid of them for normally $10 each or less as the game goes on. It's a really good deal.
yes.
And now the reason why we go through and upprice some of the things is not to take away good deals from everybody, but it is to make sure that the charity that is getting all of the money, Cafe Momentum, gets more money for them. And it's still going to be a good deal for whoever buys the game. The way that we ended up pricing them is whatever the lowest selling price, not the retail, but the lowest selling price is, we went half of that.
Yeah.
Super good deals.
Yeah, and so we helped John price everything, put them in stacks of, 20, 30, 40, 50, or whatever. And we did a good job because the next day they
normally it's a 2-day sale.
Sold out.
It's sold out in 1 day.
It was pretty epic. So
and normally it's around 11,000.
Yeah.
This was 11,000, but in 1 day.
Exactly.
So that was good pricing, I think.
Yeah, we did a good job. Good job us. But we also like to do it. I like to see what's in there, honestly, because I'm like, ooh, all these goody games, and it was a lot of good stuff this year.
Yes.
So it does not surprise me that everything went quick. But I did end up playing a game on this day, Friday, while we were looking.
A quick game. It's literally 5 seconds.
It was pretty silly. So there was this round board. The game is called Les Moulins à Lettres, which a roulette.
It's like a roulette wheel.
Letters, and then you roll a die.
You roll a die and spin a marble. The marble goes around and hits a letter.
No, it hits a number 4, and then
no, the die has the number.
Oh, okay.
The die has the number. I was on this path. I was ready to explain it. The roulette hits a letter. So let's say it was a 4-letter word starting with S, and I said a bad word. But John was quicker, and he said
shut.
Shoe or something, or
I don't know,
something quicker than me.
And then so you get some sort of points for seeing the just.
He won that round. But I wasn't even really playing. I was just like off by myself.
Eric Martin bought it.
Eric Martin bought it.
That's why not.
Shelby says, well, that's the word I thought of too.
So I count it as a game. It's not even in BGG, so if you look it up, you won't find it.
Steph got 0 points.
Well, unless shut it. Unless Eric Martin took it so he could add it to the entry. Maybe he did.
It might be there.
It might be there now. Who knows? After we finished with that, we went to lunch, I think, with Amy and Duchess. I don't know. We went out somewhere and got food. And then we came back and we played a bunch of small games before the VFM meetup, which I need to do because I buy and sell loads of games. I don't know, like 100 line items. It's like a lot to deal with. So we played a lot of fast games. So we played Tokuri Taking. Which actually was pretty fun. The downfall for the game is that it could be never ending. So there needed to be some sort of way that, like, so many rounds based on like player count, maybe 3 rounds with 3 players or something. And then I would have liked it a little bit more because I think we ended up playing like 6 rounds or something. That's like really long for this little card game. But I liked it. It
was not for me.
Yeah. It was cute. Then we played a game called Sideboards. So
yeah, you're trying to basically Tokuri Taking. You have cards in your hand, and you are either playing them to drink sake from other people, from yours and other people's sake bottles, whatever it's called, or you're playing them to be a new sake bottle, but you don't want too much sake in front of you. We play all of the weird games, so that's
I wanted to play it.
Yeah. And then
Sideboards, which actually
I like what it wants to do.
It has a lot of different conditions that you're trying to place these cards in order. It reminded me a lot of a game called Neos, which ultimately I just prefer Neos. So just because there could be a lot of AP because you're only playing 8 cards, but you have to be considerate on which side the card you're playing and where all of the things are going, the colors and the door handles, and there's just a lot to think about for a very quick game. So
yeah,
I liked it, but I like Neos better.
So you're trying to match handles and or colors, and you're trying to make patterns, but the problem is you don't have many cards to choose from, so there's not a lot of player agency. So that's why it doesn't work for me.
Mm-hmm.
So
and then we played Ultimatch, which is actually pretty fun.
Cooperative. You're trying to make matches, and you can so like imagine a pyramid of cards, right?
Mostly face down except the row at the bottom.
It's a lot of people might have played Pyramid Solitaire or Golf, where only if a card is uncovered it can be flipped up, so you have to either match by color, by number, or by sum of cards, sum or difference of cards. You can also subtract. So if there's a 5 here, you could put an 8 and a 3 and subtract them. Now, how do you get an Ultimatch? If you do a sum or a difference and both cards are the same color as the card that's down there, or if it's exactly the same card, that works too. That's called an Ultimatch. And then you get more cards into the shared area that anyone can use.
Yeah, and so that was
okay.
We played with Sweet Amy as co-op, so we were doing really, really well. Like, this is easy, and then it got to be a little bit hard all
of a sudden
because you start to run out of cards. But we did it.
That's right.
Amy picked out Animal Keeper, which is a kid's game. It's a quick little speed challenge game where you'll reveal something and be like, how many tigers are there? And you'd be like, 4 or whatever. Or tigers plus panda bears.
Tigers plus pandas.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So it was...
Yeah, we went to BGG Spring, Salt.
Yes, we are talking about BGG Spring.
And why everybody should go.
This is day 2.
Day 2. Yeah, Joby says like Foxy, but slower.
Foxy's amazing. I love Foxy, so... and then we played a Wimbaway.
Wimbaway, a 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 Wimbaway.
Super stunning artwork on the cover, which I saw Essen preview. I'm like, oh, that looks really cool.
2 players only.
The 2 players only, so Amy had to watch. I felt bad, but it was fine. It had to be quick.
Dan and Salt.
Very funny. So it's 2-player trick taking. It worked. I liked it.
It's okay.
Michael doesn't like games, so I liked it.
I do like games.
And then we did all the VFM crazy meetup, and then
VFM, for those of you who don't know, is a virtual flea market. Many conventions have them. It's basically buying games before the convention to be delivered at the convention.
That's right.
Like a normal flea market, but early.
Yeah.
And digital.
You pre-sell all your games.
That's right.
And it's great. It's a great tool to have.
You know better.
I bought a lot of games. I bought a lot of games I wanted to play. So Michael and I ended up playing 2 games after we organized everything, just so we could play them and then maybe sell them the next day.
Super late at night.
Super late. In a room with people that were clearly there all day. It smelled so bad.
So they have opened up. They've opened up games on all of the 25 rooms, and by that I mean room 225, 325, 425, 525. Every floor had one, like 4-table room for gaming. Well, one family decided to camp out on our floors. We were on 5th floor, so we went to 525, and it's
both in these rooms, right? So there's like 4 tables.
One table was being used for pizza boxes and
wings. It smelled
wings and everything.
And so you could tell like all these families were there all day, and that whatever table we sat at, they had already left for the night. 'Cause it was already pretty past 10, probably 11. So yeah, I didn't use the 25 rooms really much. But that was the one on our floor, so it's just easy to go play at a table versus the floor in our room.
Yeah.
So we played Tales and Games, Little Red Riding Hood, and Pied Piper.
Yes.
I liked Little Red, actually.
Red is a little better than Pied Piper.
It's your luck game. So I was like, we can do it. No, we can't do it.
No. We almost did it, but no, the wolf.
The wolf was too good.
The wolf was too good.
Definitely would be better with more players, and it did not really. I didn't really do anything for
Pied Piper was competitive. Basically, we're sending the rats and the Pied Piper clockwise or counterclockwise.
Trying to
basically
move up somebody's house.
Yeah, it's trying to make the rats invade the house.
Yeah.
Little Red is cooperative and much better.
Yeah, I definitely liked Little Red better. So that was day 2.
Day 2, that was Friday.
Yep. Day 3 is the very, very busy Saturday.
So Saturday is busy because it starts with the bazaar, which is the physical flea market.
Yes.
Where you set up a table with all the games you have for sale, and then we sold games. As we do.
As we do.
So she gets a table, I get a table. They're right next to each other, so it's one big Steph's super sale.
Yeah.
And
it's good.
That's what we did.
We sold some games. And then immediately, almost after that, is waiting in line for the storage sale.
Because that starts at 1 p.m.
We knew there were good stuff in there. I knew I wanted to go through the line. And then we each can buy 5 games each.
Yes. So that's a 5-game hand limit.
Yeah.
If you ever want to draw a 6th game into your hand, you must discard 1 game.
Yeah, down.
Immediately.
Yep.
But you can go back through the line again. And remember, those are the ones that are $10 a piece. Now, if you want one of the $20, $30, $40 ones that we already uppriced, those do not count against your hand limit.
That's right. So that's good. You still get a good deal and a 6th game. So
or a 7th game or an 8th game.
We were waiting in line. I think the second time through, we played a game of Quicks. So that was our first game of the day.
Yes, playing Quicks.
Michael has this Quicks app, and
it's the best.
It's the best. I love it so much. We have not played a whole lot of Quicks this year, by the way.
No.
Last year we
played over 100 games. So for our 100 by 100 challenge, we fulfilled it by ourselves.
Yeah, we did. And then we played. We got to play with my friend Bethany and Aaron. I've known them since like my first Dice Tower con that I went to. Number 3, like a million years ago. And we played.
That's right, Kimmy.
Toma Tomato.
Tomato. It's a tongue twister game. So
I hated it.
it's a Japanese game, or basically works on the Japanese words where you have cards that's to, ma, toma, mato, and tomato. So when you put those cards together, you might have toma, mato, matoto, mato, tomato. And you have to say it like that, unless the card has a backwards arrow, in which case you have to say everything backwards in line. So,
and I think I got that every time.
Yeah.
Well, I played it. Now I can sell it. I got that one in the bazaar. So I like to try the Oink games. I'm usually disappointed with the Oink games. This was a disappointment.
Happens.
We bought Time Bomb 2, and Time Bomb Evolution or whatever.
Yes.
We haven't played the third one yet, but we did play Time Bomb and Time Bomb 2.
Yes. Now, for those of you who are wondering what those could possibly be, Time Bomb is the original version of Don't Mess with Cthulhu, which I love.
It's one of the most played games this year.
That's right. So, it's not. Is it a new to us game? I don't remember. I think no. That's right. I took off the new to me
because
tag.
it's still the same listing on
Now.
BGG.
Time Bomb 2 is indeed different, and I did count that as a new game.
I did count that as a new game. Yes.
Dan says Oink hasn't been great for a while.
So we played a couple games of Time Bomb, and then one game of Time Bomb 2, which
not as good.
I did not love Time Bomb 2, because you can't really bluff as much. I found it hard to bluff.
It's really difficult. Plus, once your hideout's been revealed,
yeah, it's like what do you
do?
Yeah.
I mean, you can sort of go off
Figure
what
out
other
where you
people
go.
say. Yeah.
It was like just don't mess with the Cthulhu, just play that.
Yeah.
And then you got snacks or something, and I played Monstrosity with them.
Monstrosity.
We got to draw things. I like the game. I think it's cute. It's been like 3 or 4 years since I played it. So
I think we might have played it on stream. I can't remember.
Yeah, we did, I think. Yeah. And then we did dinner, maybe. I don't know.
I don't remember. I don't have another game.
Tournament.
I don't have another game. So it is the poker tournament.
You played in the poker tournament and you did well. You should probably put that in your app. That's poker.
Nah, I mean, it is poker.
Three of us that did poker.
Yes.
And
there were 170, I believe. 180. There were a lot of
people.
Yes.
There was a lot of people.
So
I didn't do very well. I was out real fast.
So Steph did her first poker tournament in April and won. And so she decided to try her luck at the BGG poker tournament. And I was like, it's okay if you don't win them all. She's like, no, I don't like that. That's what she did. It's exactly what she did. And when you get eliminated, they will hand you a poker chip, starting with the ones.
I have a 1.
And ending with the thousands. Steph got her first 1.
I'm working up in order.
I have gotten 1,000 once, 500 2 other times, a 100 once, and a 5 once. And I got I was the first 500 this year, meaning I had barely crossed over the 100 line to the 500. I've been down to the last 2 tables when I ended up with the 1,000 chip before. So there were maybe 4 or 5 tables left when I got knocked out. So maybe 40-ish people or so.
Yeah, my table. You think I played chaotically? No, they were just ruthless.
So you had a lot of people playing controlled at Gathering and a lot of people playing wild at BGG.
It was crazy.
You were playing wild at Gathering.
They're like, the blind is what, like 10 or whatever, 300. I'm like, we only have like.
There's a really easy way to avoid that. Fold.
But when you're decent cards, it's like, well, what am I gonna do? No.
All in. Make them pay for it.
The problem was I wasn't sure.
You gotta.
Of course, the flop happens, and I'm like,
make them pay.
I could have done it. I could have been a contender. No, I was out pretty early. Same with Duchess, and we went to play Vampire Village. We played a couple games of that. It was great. And then Duchess hadn't played Fellowship of the Ring, so we played several games. I think maybe 6 games of that. I think Jelfia joined in on that one. And Derek and Amy. So that was awesome. And then Amy went to sleep. And we played Happy Home.
Happy Home.
And we hung out with Mick for a while.
Yep.
Always
Mick,
fun.
Jelfia, and Derek.
Always fun to hang out with Mick. And that was a good day.
It's a good day. So yeah, that's showing up as the next day for me because it was after midnight.
Next day, yeah. And then day 4, there was no more storage sale because it's hardly was done. But we played Penguin Airlines.
Did you know where the pool key is?
I don't know.
Hayden's coming over. Okay. So then we played Penguin Airlines. I gotta say, this was hilarious.
Yeah. So you have a partner and you play against another team, and one person is basically looking at the commands that the other player needs to do on the board of dials and buttons and all these things. It's like one big giant mess. So then I have to be like, okay, push the blue button on the tile with the airplane and underneath the orange circle. And
now she can't say the top left board.
I can't say board number 1.
She can't point to it.
Specific features on these tiles.
She has to talk about the features.
And so
I have to find out where it is and do exactly what she says. Now, meanwhile, the other team is watching me like a hawk to make sure I actually do what Steph is telling me to do.
Right.
It's really difficult to relay the information and relay it correctly. There was one time that lead playtester James clearly had 4 lights, and he said 3 lights, 3 white lights, and Susan is looking for 3 white lights, and I'm like,
I knew exactly what he was talking about, but I'm like, he's saying the wrong thing.
He's saying the wrong thing. But there's nothing that, we have to just let it happen because we don't want to clue in that, oh, it's 4 lights, James.
That's right. And no, it was a lot of fun.
Yes.
So
chaotic.
It was chaotic fun. Starla had mentioned me and like, hey, come play Flip 7 with me and my friends because we haven't played a game with you. So immediately after Penguin Airlines, we went over there to play a few games of Flip 7 with her and her friend.
Yes.
And Senor Azul.
What?
He played a game with us.
I'm going to Flip 7.
And like everything, everybody loves Senor Azul.
Joe. Everybody loves Senor Azul.
Yes, but you lost. 2 games of it. So it was a lot of fun just to play. Because that one's nominated for Spiel de Jar against my favorite Bombbusters. I hope Bombbusters wins, but I understand that Flip 7 will probably win. And I get it. It's addicting.
Dan, I did that. There are 4 lights. I did that with James.
Yep. And then we found Dr. Sign.
Yep.
And we played The Fog.
Yep.
Escape from Paradise.
I don't know who's that.
No. That
I've only played the Flip 7. And my favorite card is Second Chance.
Well, yeah. It's the best.
And the times 2.
Yeah.
Together.
The same time.
At the same time.
Yeah, it's a great combo to have.
Yep. And I never had it.
Oh. You did get a lot of hearts though. A lot of second chances.
Yeah.
You still lost.
Yeah.
Sorry.
All right, say bye, Senor Azul. No way.
No way. So in the fog, which I have right behind us here, ready to go. You're trying to get all of your islanders to escape onto the boat.
First, you're gonna draft the islanders.
Oh yeah, you have to draft them. So
and then you are going to move the islanders before the fog gets them and eats them up.
You have a murder
Oh,
party, Jackbox.
trivia murder party.
Remind me of that with the fog. The shadows are eating them up.
Come over here.
So
Come with me.
yeah, I like that. That was pretty fun. Then I really wanted to play the very beautiful Pergola, which has the same artist, I believe, from Meadow, which I just love Meadow's artwork. And the Pergola,
Mine out of order.
you're gonna have you're gonna be building up your little garden. It's very nice, and you're drafting tiles to give you bonuses. There's no mean play really in this game, so it's just all fun, relaxing. I think a lot of people will enjoy it if they're not really cutthroat in their games. This is a nice relaxing type of game. So we have that one to show as well, which is exciting.
Stacy, all the islanders get picked. Nobody gets left out. They don't all make it to the boat, but they don't get left out.
Yes, this is true. And then we went on to Hard 8, which I know you loved.
I love Hard 8.
I don't. I don't love Hard 8.
Maybe because you don't love food.
I don't love food. But I went because I wanted to hang out with my friends. So it was good. I'm sure you had great food. So it was funny because I just got a couple I got a piece of ham and a piece of turkey, and they're like $4. I'm like,
I think this is wrong.
No, this is not correct. So that was pretty funny. And when we got back, I wanted to play Seven Wonders old time with Bethany because we love Seven Wonders. We always used to play it at Dice Tower Con. It's a game that we just love.
But this was not the world championship of the world.
No Stefan this time, so we just played for fun. And we had leaders and cities involved. So yeah, I don't know if you've even played with.
I don't think I have.
So that was fun.
New to me expansions.
And we played in the most horrific place ever.
So remember when I said that BGG Spring is family friendly and there's not a lot of kids running around? In the eating area, it's next to where the kids run around crazy. So, advice to gamers: if you don't have kids,
don't play in there.
Don't go in there to play.
It was particularly bad because it was the last day of the con almost, because a lot of people leave the Monday.
Yes.
So it's the Sunday night. All the kids were totally wound up.
We were Saturday.
Crazy.
No, we're on Sunday.
Sunday.
We're on Sunday.
So it was just totally a madhouse of screaming people, screaming kids, and just
says I have a kid and I still won't go in there.
It was horrible. It was rough. It was
worse than Chuck E. Cheese.
It was worse than Chuck E. Cheese. It was, yeah. But we played Seven Wonders, and then I immediately left that room.
Yep.
And we found Aldi. We played Come Sail Away, which he had bought from a vendor, and I'm like, it's a great game. We played that. It was always fun to play Come Sail Away. And then Michael's like, I'm out. I'm going to sleep.
Yeah.
And so I
was tired.
I played.
Plus, I had to.
Yeah.
I needed to start tuning my body clock so I could get up at 2 a.m. to make the drive back on Tuesday. Now, granted, this is only late Sunday night, early Monday morning, but you want to give your body a day to adjust.
Yeah. So I played a game called Tofu Shifu, which looks really cute.
Hey, guess what? Not
cute.
I dodged a bullet.
Yeah, you definitely dodged a bullet.
I mean,
I really, really hated this game. It's one. First of all,
remember to check out the blog for all of the new to me blog for all of these comments.
Yeah, it was just it. When you end a game and you're like, this could have been improved, this could have been improved, this could have been improved, this could have been if you can list 5 things to be improved, it's not yet finished in my opinion. The game needed a lot more work for it to be a decently good game. So for me, it was just terrible. And yeah.
Dan did warn you, he says.
Yeah, I know. But what am I going to say? No? I'm not going to say no.
No, not when Aldi wants to play a game.
Yeah, I'm not going to say no.
Right.
So now I know not to say.
No.
Yeah.
Right. And then it was the last
Final
day
day.
of the
I
convention.
early, you didn't. I taught Bomb Busters to a family.
So I gotta say, this is when people start getting the post con blues. Everyone's leaving. Usually people are leaving early on this day, on the last day. There's still a day of games to be played, people. Granted, the library does close at 1 p.m. on Monday.
Yeah.
But still, there's games to be played.
Games we played. We had tons because we bought at the storage sale.
That's
so
right.
We had tons of games to play.
So, your Bomb Busters,
Which
is awesome.
I still love Bomb Busters. I was teaching a family, so the kids were already like sleeping. They're like, it's been a long week, so nobody was really paying attention very well. But we played a few rounds. And then this is when I got to play the third Kinder game called Top Detort. And somebody had taught the game to me because there were no English rules at the table. So it's a visual game where you have to line up in your mind, like, will this overlap with this pink stripe overlap with that pink stripe? You're trying to visually see if it will overlap, and then you'll get to connect and collect gems based on how well your overlapping did for the previous piece.
It sounds like this beats the other two.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And then so you're trying to collect all these gems to put in these jars and get bonuses. I crushed everybody else at the table by like double.
Yeah, because they were all kids. No.
They were older than me, but yeah.
You beat a bunch of 8-year-olds playing this.
8-year-olds would probably do better.
Face.
8-year-olds would probably do better than people I were playing with. That's okay. Sweet Amy pulled one from the library that we played called Safari Witness, which was just terrible. It was so bad.
And that's all that you're saying about that.
I mean, it's one of those things where you have like a giraffe with a blue background that has like this kind of print, and you're trying to flip up. It's a memory game, sort of, but it could also just be, I'm gonna randomly pick this one and it matches, great. And then if Amy picks one and it doesn't match, and if it matches mine, okay, I remember it's this one. Okay, then I match it, I get it, yay. It's like a really, really bad, like, luck of the draw. Yeah, it's like really bad.
Go fish.
Yeah, and so that was just terrible. Then we played. Bethany was about to leave, and she wanted to play a few games, so we played her friend's Burum, which is basically
Burum,
Burum.
Burum, got it.
It's basically the game called Karma.
Oh, we've played that a billion times.
The game's been done to death, but because it's one of her good friends, they printed like 6,000 copies, I think it was. And if you're gonna print so they're not gamers, they're card players. The game couldn't be. I think
it's innovative.
The game couldn't be more ugly. It's about the ugliest.
Yeah, but it's been done though.
They don't know that. I said we'll stream it.
So. Oh no.
Well, we can just, I don't know.
No, we'll stream it, but man,
it's
not
rough.
Gonna help.
It's rough. Well, we're not gonna say we hate it on that stream, but we'll say we hate it.
I haven't played it.
Yeah,
so.
It's been done to death. The game's been done a million times. So I want to support Bethany, and but whatever. It's not a great game.
Or Bethany's friend.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, close friend. I don't know. Then we played Babylon. Ooh,
yes.
I gotta bring that up here too.
And this one is new to me because when you basically took control when you got the overview from Danny
at Gen Con.
Yeah. And I did not count that as a new to me because I hadn't read the rules. I hadn't really played.
So it counts as new for you.
It does count as new for me.
That's cool. I like it. I like it a lot. It's very pretty. It's so I'm excited. I'm excited to show that one. And then
it's not for me.
We had to drop Amy off at the airport. So then we came back, and all that was left was the bag of whatever I brought.
The bag of crap.
That I brought down. Yeah. Well, all crap.
No, it's not.
We played Bears and Bees. That wasn't good.
No.
That was actually really not good.
So
Oh, you're gonna play.
You're gonna play either a card that gives you honey, a card that gives you more cards, or a card that makes the bees swarm. And you want bees to swarm when you have a lot of honey. The problem is if you have too much honey, you can't control yourself because you're a bear and you eat all your honey and you get an experience token for it. Well, I was trying to be a good bear and not consume all my honey. Here's the thing, an experience token counts as one whenever the bees swarm you to, because the bee is going to swarm whoever has the most honey, but it's also honey plus experience tokens. We quickly came to find out that it's good to have experience tokens. So there's really no reason to limit.
Yeah, the honey you're getting.
And so the gameplay is broken.
Not great.
Not the bees.
Yeah, the bees.
He's Nicolas Cage reference. You saw it just a few days ago. Where the
Yeah.
Not the bees.
Yeah. No, the game was not great.
No, it's not. So fair warning.
Games like this get made. I don't know. Whatever. Then we played Alibis. We had a couple other friends join us, so we were a full 6 players. So Michael ended up sitting out.
Yeah, I did. That's why I'm like, wait a minute, it's not here.
No, because you didn't really play. You were there.
I was there because we had full count.
We had a full count.
So I just managed the game.
Yeah. It was great. It was a lot of fun. We barely won, right? Or did we lose?
No, that was y'all's first loss.
Lost. Oh, that was rough.
It was not my first loss because I didn't lose.
That's right. You didn't play.
Oh, no, I didn't play.
And we played a couple games of Don't Mess with Cthulhu.
Because it's fantastic.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
And then we played Tiger Stripes.
That was not.
Which is not fantastic.
Kids. So you flip a card and you'll see how many stripes you get to put on your tiger. Or you can go for gems and try and collect gems.
Or you can steal cards or stripes from another player.
From James.
Everybody loves that. No. Nobody loves that.
No, it definitely...
Avoid.
Yeah, definitely avoid.
And the last game of the convention
was Monkey Palace.
Lego Monkey Palace.
Super cute.
Yes.
You get the...
However. However.
It's definitely a gimmick.
So somebody mentioned, oh yeah, this is really good. You should try it. The gameplay is predictable and broken, sadly. So I wanted to like it. It's strategically better than the other Lego games from what I understand. However, there are clearly better cards to draft than others.
Yeah, the card decks are not equal.
They're not equal.
And so it makes it not balanced.
Yeah.
It makes it simply not balanced.
Right. And so Steph got left in the dust. And I did really well. And I felt really bad. No, opposite. You did really well.
I did okay. I mean...
James and Susan got left in the dust. You won.
Yeah, see, I did okay.
Yeah, I thought you got left in the dust, but no, it was Susan and James who got left in the dust.
You keep getting the monkey at top.
Yeah, and I followed right along behind, but since I was first player, I could not respond at the end, and so there wasn't anything that I could do to prevent your victory.
You build during the game.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
you're building during the game, so
you're building the board during the game, so yeah.
I mean, they're slightly different boards, but like, who really cares?
So there is some card drafting based on how high that you can, how many arches you use in your building, and you have to make legal build plays, which the monkey can interrupt legal build plays, which is why you use the monkey, which is good. But yeah,
Oh.
And yeah, the old Lego games were just supposedly not great. I did not play them.
Right.
And that's everything.
Hopefully that wasn't too fast. I mean, there was a lot of games, so
yeah, 3 a.m.
Can't really talk about everything in detail.
We loaded up the Mazda 3 of unlimited size and
took off.
And went home, and then I got home and immediately went to Taekwondo.
I crashed. I was like,
and you crashed.
I don't know.
And you woke up and you crashed again, and you woke up again and crashed again. You were
I was tired.
So, that's why we did not stream on Wednesday.
Yes.
But I would highly recommend BGG Spring.
Oh yeah, a lot of games played.
Yes. So
It's a lot. It's a lot of fun. You meet lots of cool people too. So
and you can play games with us. So
yeah.
don't. If you see this video, don't feel shy. Just come up and talk to us and say, "Hey, I want to play games with y'all." And we're like, "Yeah, let's do it.
Let's play it. We'll play something."
Yeah.
We play them all.
Absolutely.
All of them.
Except for bad prototypes.
There you go, Stacey.
Yes, Stacy.
Yeah.
Awesome. She will plan to go next year. That's what we like.
There is a prototype alley.
There is a Proto Alley.
Amy had success with that.
That's right.
So.
Sweet Amy is making her own game.
Mm-hmm.
And we're giving her lots of good advice. And we haven't play tested it yet, but eventually I'm sure we will. So that will do it for our BGG Spring wrap up. And recap. Wrap up, recap.
Yeah, no, it's
round
awesome.
up.
Yeah. Till the next con, but we're gonna also continue to do these weekly recaps.
That's right.
That'll be a lot of fun, and hopefully you guys enjoy what we played. So
that's right.
Cool.
So be sure to check us out on the next one, and hey, check out our top 10 video coming up next.
Yes.
So if you enjoyed this recap and you want to see more just like it, we do these every week, or we're going to start doing them every week. Just go to YouTube, search for Board Gamer Steph, or even better, you can join us live on twitch.tv/BoardGamerSteph, where we stream live every Wednesday and Sunday night at 5 p.m. Central, and we stream 3 games or more every single stream. So come join us on Twitch, where we play all the games.
And for those on Twitch, we'll be right back.